Millage, it's coming soon, and we're very excited about it. A lot of work to be done. The voter approved for the millage November 8th, 22, focused on recruitment and retention of teacher staff with competitive salaries, and everything evolves around student achievement. It's 1 mil for 4 years of our tax roll. We're going to receive the initial revenue in December 23, and charters get a share based on their enrollment. And we are going to, the goal is, as long as, you know, Russell Cheatham and his folks, I don't know, they're like MacGyver, because being able to get the payroll system to actually do this 20 pays is, talk about manual and a lot of work to do. Hopefully we can automate it as we go. I have confidence we're going to get there, but it's probably not going to be pretty. But August 31st, we plan on having the first pay of dollars to our employees, so we can let them know now so they come back next year. And then also, you know, there were, you know, discussions, and we really looked at the cash flow that's available, because, you know, our funding is very, very, half of our funding comes in December. So when you're trying to fund, you know, millage, and you're not getting those cash inflows, it's difficult. However, we can cash flow with capital dollars, and that's what we're able to do. So we are very confident that we're going to be able to cash flow the dollars for the August 31st payment. And then just as a reminder, this is how the millage was broken up. The majority of the dollars go to compensation and benefits, 16% student programs, and then technology 4%. And right now, this is one of those revenue sources to look at those buckets. So as we look, what makes the most sense, what to fund. So, you know, student programs, that hasn't been decided. And the compensation supplements and the retention and recruitment hasn't been decided yet. But we are going to do the payments, which is the majority of the dollars.
I'm going to pause you right there, just because I think anytime that we can bring this conversation up and share it with our employees, the better. And I don't know how many of them are going to be watching this later, but when we were in our schools on Friday for School Lunch Hero Day, I actually had a couple of really great conversations, one with a group of custodians and one with some of our cafeteria workers who are still, some continue to be unaware that this is coming. And I would like to say, I told one of my principals, I think I just saved you a custodian, because someone who'd been with us for 22 years was getting very frustrated, and I was like, can you just hold on, because next year, you know, how many years have you been with the district? She said 22. Okay, next year it's already been decided, you know, it's already been with the MOU, it's going to be $4,400 extra for the year, and she didn't know. And that's not anybody's fault, but it's just one thing we have to continue to put out there, letting people know. For our veteran teachers, it's going to be almost $7,000 a year additional, and so we, you know, if people are sitting there on the line wondering, you know, do I need to leave, do I need to look for something else, when this is coming, and it's coming soon, and thank you. It is not lost on me, the work that your division has done, that Mr. Cheatham's division has done, and everybody else in HR has done and will have to do in the coming days to get this started as soon as possible. But I just, you know, I think it's really important every time we can highlight that it's coming, and that it's coming soon, and will make a significant difference, especially for our employees who have been with us for the longest amount of time.
Yep, and I think that one of the things we have to be careful on is actually stating dollars, because the millage hasn't come through, and it's estimated to be more than what we had seen, but we haven't seen it yet. So I think that there are going to be some very pleasantly surprised teachers. I think the key, though, is that the millage doesn't come out for, I think, another month or less coordinating. And we'll talk about that in a second, but just wanted to make that great point, Ms. Campbell. And I think we do have communications going out this week after we decide that we're all good. So thank you.
Okay, so let's get ready. This is a 4-year program. And again, I'm highlighting the 20-pay supplement for employees, and it's, based on years of service. It's never been done, highly manual, time-consuming, but we're going to get it done because it's what we need to do. But as we do this, we also need to make plans as how are we going to budget and expense these, how are we going to create the reports, because the reports are going to be required. We're going to need to make sure that our oversight committee can follow all the expenditures and make sure that we clearly spend 100% of those proceeds on the areas that we told the community that we were going to do. So that's, super important. We're going to have audits. We're going to have oversight committee. We're going to have questions from the board. So as we're planning this, I just want to make sure that we have thought out simple structure, format, reporting procedures, so it's clean and everybody can see where everything's going. So in order to do all of that, we are proposing that we have a millage team. Just 3 people, 1 person from payroll, 1 person from HR, and then a grants person that is more with the budget and able to grasp all of the entire program and be able to work with the oversight committee. Again, maintain a culture of audit readiness. If you're always ready for an audit, that means you're doing things right. Easy access for information. And the thing that I want to do more than anything for this millage and with the new initiatives that we're doing in the budget is to start really tracking the return on investment. So we, the millage is for 4 years, but if we want to continue, we need to show the community that, hey, look at this, we did this, and this is the benefits. And so we need to make sure that we remember that, a promise made is a promise kept, and I definitely want to be able to show that we are producing the desired outcomes for any programs that we use within the millage. Okay, any questions on this slide? And then lastly, we're going to have a millage oversight committee. And I think it's super important, just like Ms. Hand's ICOC, we're kind of mirroring her processes and how she does all that important work. And this is incredibly important because this is a lot of dollars that the community trusts us with, and it's a huge responsibility. And so we're going to have an oversight committee, and that's going to increase visibility, transparency, build community trust and support, and and then it's going to be impartial, so there's no district staff, anything like that. And the application window is going to open hopefully tomorrow, and the goal is to have the Brevard Schools Foundation is. They offered, or they're vetting it, so they're going to look at those, their committee's going to take a look and provide their inputs and recommendations, and the hope is it goes to the board by July 11th, and we can get this committee set up and ready to go.
Any questions? Ms. Hand, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, I think Ms. Lisinski covered it. We're very excited to get started on all of this. The payouts to our employees. Mr. Brune is ready with some information to our employees that will go out tomorrow and let everybody know what's expected. And then we'll be doing some additional media and such to just kind of make sure we put out the word about what's happening with the millage payouts. And then our Citizens Oversight Committee. I've been working with Ms. Kershaw and the Brevard Schools Foundation. Their board is going to be the group that vets the applications and makes a recommendation to the school board. So Tammy's been working with us, and we're going to be launching that application process probably tomorrow and be open for about 30 days. We think the closing date will be around June 9th to give the Schools Foundation folks an opportunity to review the applications, and we're looking for 7 to 11 members for the committee, similar to the Surtax Oversight Committee.
Nobody else? All right, thank you.